Okay. At least we're good to go now. Okay. So, want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to come in. Unfortunately, Facebook was giving us an issue, and after attempting to fix it for about 10 minutes, I just went ahead and switched us over. So at this point, I just sent out a new message to everyone just to let them know that, hey, we're going to be over here on YouTube. So hopefully that starts to go out and everyone can start coming in. So in the meantime, I'm working on now making sure is over here. So let me try to get the link out to everyone and we'll get going. One of the things, so if you are familiar with me, then you know that I love technology. And one of the things that is awesome about technology is that sometimes it just gives you an issue. And instead of getting frustrated and mad at it and, you know, going all sorts of crazy about it, sometimes you just gotta go with the flow. So that's what we're doing right now. I'm trying to just kind of grab everybody and make sure that everyone is in here. It looks like we got people are filling up. So let me just say we're live here. I had like this whole thing planned for Facebook, and for some reason it looks like Facebook is not liking the open broadcaster system anymore. And I think it probably has something to do with they just released their own, I guess, Facebook Live producer, or they're in the process of releasing their Facebook Live producer. So I think that while they do that and while they do their updates, they're just having issues. So unfortunately, not able to do it through Facebook. So all of the emails and things that I sent are not going to the right place. But I am of the belief that everyone who needs to be here is going to be here. And so I sent out a quick message. I've been kind of promoting this recently, sent out a quick message. So hopefully everyone that wants to be here can see me and hear me. I know I put the event post in a couple of groups. So I just want to make sure that everyone has the chance to come on in and make sure that they're here. So I am going to edit this post here also. And that will also teach me in the future to use a forwarding URL. That way, if anything breaks on the back end, on the front end, I can always just change it on the back end. But let me see how many people we have here now. And okay, so we got about 28, 30. Perfect. Tina's here. Hi, Tina. Monica is here. Awesome. Thanks for joining me on your layover in Chicago. Okay, Sharni's here. Narrative Creator is here. Hello, hello, hello. If your YouTube ID or name is different from your first name, and I'm used to seeing your first name, feel free to share that with me. Hey, Khalif and Sherry Ann. Okay, great. Like I said, technology can be stressful, but I get excited once I see everybody popping in, because I know that no matter how they try to keep us down, they can't do it. So I'm really excited. And I think one thing that I'm most excited about is the power that you have using a service like ManyChat, which is like a quick instant message. And that's basically what I sent. I had one scheduled already that was like, hey, we're live. And then the freaking Facebook thing broke. So, but I was able to just send another message to say, hey, we're here. So that's great. If you know anyone or have anyone that's trying to come in, if you will please do me a favor and just go ahead and share this link with them. I don't think I can put it in the YouTube comments. They don't. Okay, good. They let me share the link. So I just put the link inside of the comments here in YouTube. So if you have the ability to just go ahead and copy that, you can just copy that and throw that in. I know that I shared this Funnel to Freedom presentation inside of the Creating Coins community. So if one of my moderators is on here, if you don't mind grabbing that link and just go ahead and popping in there and sharing that. For everyone who's in the Elevate community, I see you here. I'm so excited to have you here. If you don't mind kind of spreading the word for me also, so that I can get focused on this and what we're doing now. We essentially still have a couple of minutes before we get started, but that's only because I've got something special for you, and which is why I was trying so hard to make sure that OBS worked. Okay, so I'm just gonna say hi really quickly so that you can see me. I've got my little sticker there. Hello. Okay, so now you see me and now you don't. All right, so we can go to the surprise. Hey, how do you make sales without being salesy? I've been able to grow a six-figure business, waking up when I want, working when I want, and serving my clients to help them get amazing results. So what's my secret? Sales funnels.
Sales funnels.
The right sales funnel allows me to meet new potential clients each and every day and turn them into paying customers. All I do is put a little bit of money in the front end and get a lot of bit of money out the back end. So how does it work? Well, I'm gonna show you how to do it on my free training. Sound familiar? Here's the problem with all the free trainings online. No one ever really shows you what you need in order to actually make their strategy work, right? Until now. So here's what I'm gonna do for you today. Instead of asking you to click a link and go to another page and giving your email address where you finally will be able to watch this training that's hidden behind this wall, I'm just gonna give you the training right now. Is that okay? In this masterclass, I'm gonna show you exactly how I find the right people, how to create the customer journey, and how that turns into clients. I call this process Funnel to Freedom because sales funnels are what allowed me to finally break free of the corporate world. Now, I understand that you might not be able to watch this entire video right now, and that's okay. But if you understand the power of what I'm about to show you, then I know you won't want to miss it. So if you'd like to save this video and watch it later, just type later in the comments below, and I'll send you a link so that you can watch it later. Ready to get started? All right, let's get right into the good stuff. Alrighty, so we are about to get started and jump into this. I am super excited to get started and going. I hope that, okay, good. We got more people that are coming in now. All right, so it looks like we are ready to go. I got my notes up here. Now I will let you guys know that I pulled together this entire script and it's about 3,600 words. So get ready because we're gonna be here for a little bit, but it's gonna be good. So I need to make sure that I can also see your comments kind of as we're going in. What I'll do is I'll come back to like the comment area so that I can kind of catch up and read the comments, and I will be answering questions kind of as we go. So if you're ready to get started, just comment yes inside of here, and then we will get started, and hopefully I'll be able to figure out how to get the Facebook stuff working at some point, because I got a whole lot of other stuff that's coming in along with it. All right. All right, yay, I hear yes. Okay, great. I know there's a little bit of a delay too, so while you do that, I'm just gonna have some water. All right, so let's get started. So on this high value training, I'm gonna share with you the ultimate guide to creating your sales funnel. I call it Funnel to Freedom because for me, it was understanding and using sales funnels that allowed me to quit my full-time job and stay quit for over 2 years now. I emphasize stay quit because I actually had already quit my job once. But because I didn't understand sales funnels, just 10 months into solopreneurship, I had to go back to a full-time job. And naturally I was crushed. I cried on the way to work for the first 3 days. So 3 days in a row when I was getting in the car and going to work, I was actually crying and trying to drive at the same time. Pretty dangerous. But it was mostly because I felt like I failed. But then just 3 months after I started that job, with the power of sales funnels, I was able to quit that job and stay quit because I created a full-time income for myself. So is that something that you'd like to do? Okay, great. So this is a great moment to, just kind of take a moment and share. Like I said, I dropped the link in there if you'd like to do that. And as you do, I will introduce myself and we will jump into the journey today. Okay. This is Funnel to Freedom, how a sales funnel built my online business, allowing me to finally leave my 9-to-5. So my name is Letitia Stiles, if you didn't already know me. I'm a business coach for entrepreneurs, and I help you take an existing skill and turn it into an online business. And we do that with sales funnels so you can gain more clients online. So what are we going to cover today? All right, we're going to cover all of this. So we'll start with where to begin your funnel, how to plan the customer journey through your funnel, including what price points to set in the funnel. We're going to talk about how to write copy for your sales funnel, how many emails to send before asking for the sale, how to increase conversions and make sales, how you get more leads into the funnel, and you're going to see the visual of a fully built funnel so you can finally get your sales funnel going. Does that sound okay? And just by the way, I'm happy to answer any questions as we go along. So just type them in the chat. If it's something that I'm going to cover, and it's just coming up, then I'll let you know. Otherwise, I'm happy to stop and answer it. And let me check on the chat to make sure that we're here. Okay, perfect. Hey, Angel B. All right, good. And also with YouTube, if you have any issues with the stream quality, if you'll just tap the gear at the bottom right, the little settings gear, and then you can actually change the quality of your own streaming, okay? All right, so here we go. So starting with where to begin your funnel, okay? The first thing that you want to do is you want to start with your big offer. So this is your high ticket course or coaching program. If you are a blogger or a creative, then maybe you have a course, and I would encourage you to think about the highest value that you can offer someone, okay? And that's going to be your high ticket course. Usually that's going to be like, a one-on-one coaching, or if you are a coach and you're helping, you're service-based and you're helping your clients by coaching them through or doing some sort of done with you service, then you have your coaching program, okay? So then you're just going to work backwards until you make it all the way back to social media. So a lot of people start with social media, but you're going to start with your big offer, okay? In between, you're going to have emails, potentially a webinar, and potentially a phone call or a sales page, okay? So here are the things that you need. First thing you need is a compelling ad to sell your freebie and grow your list, okay? This is optional, but it's very powerful, okay? And I'm going to swing through these pieces, but we're going to go through them more in depth, okay? The next thing that you need is a freebie. So this freebie solves an immediate problem or answers a pressing question, all right? And it needs to be very high value. Then you can have, this is optional, you can have a low ticket offer that will immediately help you identify buyers, all right? And that'll be kind of the next step. And then you'll include a webinar to capture your leads and deepen the relationship. This is also optional, but is very powerful, okay? I use a top of the hour webinar funnel to get calls booked any day of the week. So this is a photo, this is an example of that. And I'll share these exact pages inside of the resource guide. So there's also a resource guide that's coming with this masterclass, okay? It's gonna include all of these slides, as well as the resources that I use to make all of this happen, okay? So I don't want you to get concerned that you're not going to have what you need to make all of this work, okay? And then the final piece is just a phone call to offer your services, okay? And this is kind of what I have set up. It's just an appointment scheduler. Okay. So I want to start with the difference between strategy and tactics. Okay. Because most people waste time on blogging or podcasting or video. And when you're building your platform and you're positioning yourself as an expert, all of those things are important, right? So it's important to show up consistently. It's important to have, your home on the web. But until you have a sales funnel in place, you have nowhere to send those people. So everything that you're doing is basically just wasted. Okay. But once you have your sales funnel in place, you can create directed content and specific content. And all of that content is going to lead people into the funnel and into your other offerings. Okay. So the first thing you have to do is create your offer. All right. I primarily work with online entrepreneurs or business owners who need to find clients online. So I'll be using those examples geared towards that audience. So that means that I'm going to assume that you're offering a course, a coaching program, whether it's one-on-one or group coaching, or a done-for-you consulting service, like you're, a photographer or you're a graphic designer or, something like that. Okay. So we're going to start with the customer journey. Okay. Here we go. All right. So sometimes when people are thinking through the customer journey, they start at the beginning, right? They think, oh, they'll meet me, then they'll download my free ebook or my video or my PDF guide. Then they'll get a few emails and then eventually they'll decide to work with me. And, that's one way to look at a sales funnel from start to finish. But as I said before, I want to encourage you to begin with the end in mind. All right. So we're going to build your sales funnel from finish to start. It starts with your compelling offer. Then we're going to back into your high value phone call or webinar or both. Then we're going to back into your freebie, and then we're going to back into your social media efforts. Okay. So you got to start with your offer. What's the ultimate goal? Where do you want them to end up? And a lot of times the question that I get is, well, what if I have more than one offer? Well, if you have more than one offer, then you're going to have to plan more than one customer journey. So keep that in mind, honestly, and try to keep your offerings lean. Right now, I currently have 2 offers. I have a high ticket offer and a low ticket offer, and that's it. Each of these has a different customer journey. And when I first started, I had many offerings. And as time went on, I continued to streamline until I got down to really the 2 core offers where I can help my audience the most. Okay. So let's think through your offer. Let me know if this is making sense so far. Okay. We already did that. Okay. So step 1, creating your offer. First thing you have to do is validate your idea to make sure people want it. All right. And also, you also want to figure out how people actually talk about the thing that you are offering. Okay, you want to get their languaging for them. Okay, so we're going to ask a couple of questions. You guys ready for these questions? All right, so in your survey, you're going to ask 3 questions. First question is, what are you struggling with when it comes to X? X being the thing that you help them with, your specific area of expertise. So for example, if you are a sales coach, what are you struggling with when it comes to sales? If you're a relationship coach, what are you struggling with when it comes to meeting the love of your life? Okay. Second question, what have you tried already to fix or get better with X being your area of expertise? Okay, so you want to know what they've already tried to fix. And remember, these are open-ended questions. Don't add any multiple choice or bullet points or prompt or lead them in any way. You want their specific wording and you want them to just talk and let it all out. Okay, final question is, what would you be able to do once X is solved? What would you be able to do once X is solved? Okay. Now I saw somebody that was offering their survey, and it wasn't very compelling. Nobody wants to take a survey. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. Like, nobody wakes up and thinks, man, I'm going to go take Delta's 20 question survey because I just flew with them and I had a great time. So I'm going to take 5 minutes out of my time and give them the survey, right? But I guarantee you Delta sends me a survey 80% of the time that I fly with them. Okay. But so here's how you actually get the survey responses. Okay. When you're not a big company like Delta that has, so much goodwill built up with their customers. Here's what you do. Okay. You offer a free gift. Tell them that the survey is for a new training that you're doing. Let them know that you're offering a masterclass, something like this, where you're actually going to be teaching them and helping them, or, something that you would normally charge for. Okay. So that's what a free gift is. It's not just, you got to make sure it's something that they actually want. Okay. The way that I like to do it is I like to, send an email out, let them know that there's a free gift. And I also provide a deadline. I say, hey, I'm looking to get these responses back by whatever date there is. Perfect example is I did this towards the end of last year around the holidays, and I did an event called 5 Days of Giveaways. During those 5 days, I was choosing winners for different gifts that I was giving. And I said, hey, if you want to be entered to win one of these 5 gifts, I need you to take this survey. Okay, I got plenty of survey responses, and I was able to go on and continue my marketing efforts. All right. So you have to provide some sort of incentive. Something else that you can do is you can say, I'll choose a random person to win, $25 Amazon gift card or something like that. Okay. You want to get, we're not there yet. You want to get at least 25 responses. Okay. So pay attention to their exact wording and copy and paste if you need to. Then you're going to start grouping the responses based on similarities. Okay. And you want to figure out how your offer fits directly into that wording that they're giving you. All right. The tech that I use for this to actually create the survey is called Typeform. I really like Typeform because it helps you create beautiful forms. So I'm going to include inside of the resource guide a partner link that I have for Typeform. And also if you have any questions, you can let me know. All right. The full guide is available to you. I have a special link where you can go and get the guide, and I'll just share that at the end. I had this super cool tech that was integrated for the Facebook live stream, and when that all blew up, unfortunately you can't just comment to get the guide because YouTube doesn't have a messenger bot, not that I know of anyway. So I'll provide the link to the guide towards the end. Okay. And I'll email it out also. So if you're on my email list, I'll email it out. All right, now we're moving on to the next piece. Let me make sure you guys are still with me. Okay, good. Hey, Omaria. Yay, you made it. I'm not sure. I don't know about MailChimp surveys. So unfortunately, I can't answer that question because I've never used MailChimp surveys. But I always say that the tool is just the tool, and it's how you use it that matters. So use what works for you. All right. Okay. So now we're into how do you price your offering? All right. So pricing is going to depend. It's going to depend on how well you can demonstrate your value. So do they actually believe you? Do they believe that you can actually help them get the results that you're telling them that you can? Do you have any testimonials? So here's the pricing that I generally recommend. If it's a DIY course, something that, you're having no interaction and it's all hands off, I would suggest pricing that anywhere from $97 to $997. I've seen this also priced as high as $2,500. Once you go into the $2,500 range and above, typically you're going to need to sell it from a phone call. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. Your price points are also going to determine the method that you sell it with. If you're doing a done with you coaching or a course, then that's typically priced at about $997 to $2,500. Done with you coaching / course means maybe it's a course that includes some sort of coaching component, or it's just, hey, we're going to get on phone calls and I'm going to coach you through. Okay. And then finally, a done with you coaching service that doesn't include any sort of course component, and it's you working with them and helping them get the most transformation possible. This is usually in a one-on-one setting. I recommend that you price this anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000. And that's going to be for anywhere from about 8 weeks to 90 days. Okay. The important thing to know that the more results you can show, the more you can and should charge, period. People buy results, and they buy your confidence in delivering those results. And what I would invite you to do is to think back to any time you've ever made an investment. Like, what really was it that sold you? Usually it goes beyond, oh, well, I really need this right now, because there's lots of different people that are offering a lot of the same things. But what was it that made you make that purchase? And usually when you actually think it through, you'll probably come to the conclusion like, well, there was a testimonial that sold me, or they had so many different results that I just had to do it. I believed that I could have the same success. Okay. And also I want you to notice that the pricing changes. So you notice how, like, when we started with the DIY course, it was like $97, $9.97, and everything ended in a 7, right? As you increase the investment required, that 7 on the end of the pricing that everyone talks about is like this marketing thing and it should end in a 7, that will actually detract from the credibility of the offering. Okay, so as you kind of get up there, there's no need to price something at, $49.97. It's just not necessary. Okay, like it's $3 extra. It's not even 10% of of your pricing. Okay, and when you think about this, if you're thinking like, well, I don't know, I've seen some $49.97 offerings. Well, I want you to think about this. Okay, have you ever been in like a high-end shop? Okay, I'm talking like a boutique, somewhere where, all of the clothes are on wooden hangers, right? And all of the shelves are white or glass. Okay. Do they use 2 numbers, or do they use all 4 numbers with a .99 at the end? Okay. I want you to just kind of think about that, and that should give you your answer. Okay. And if you've never been in a high-end shop, I would invite you to go and enjoy the service that you get when you go into a really nice boutique. It's amazing. You never want to leave. Okay. So you want to make sure you link your offer with the price, and the price with the transformation that they get. Okay. And I actually go into this more into Create and Launch Your Profitable course, which is one of the courses that I offer. So one of my students used a launch method that I specify in that course, doubled the price of his course, and he still made sales. So you just have to be able to communicate the value. Okay. What we did was we checked on the transformation. We were like, okay, what are you actually, what are they actually getting? Well, we immediately doubled the prices. Okay. And also, when you price right and you price correctly, it's so much easier to hit your income goals. All of the people that you see that are like, I'm hitting 5-figure months, do you think they're doing that with a $97 offering? It's not likely. All right. One $5,000 coaching offering, you only have to sell 2. If you have a $1,000 course, you only have to sell 10. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense in the comments, and I will swing back over and make sure everyone's still with me. Okay. Yep, above $497, I agree. All right, cool. Brianna says, right. Okay, good. All right. Where are we now? Oh. Okay, so I saw this and I went back to go edit the presentation because I was like, oh, this needs to be in there. Check this out. Okay. This piece of wood is selling in a high-end store. As you notice, there's no .99 at the end. It's selling for $199, so $200. Okay. And it's actually 20% off. Imagine that. Okay. What's the difference in this tree stump side table? Okay. So tree stump side table. What is the difference in this and this $5 firewood? I mean, one you're going to burn and destroy, and the other one you're going to feel all hoity-toity about as you sit it inside of your home, and people will look at it and say, wow, look at that cut of wood. Okay, so obviously it's clear that it really doesn't, like, these are both 2 pieces of wood, right? But one value proposition is, hey, it's going to burn and you're going to destroy it. And the other value proposition is, we're appealing to those people who like picking up pieces like this. Now, I would say that if in an emergency situation, those prices will likely be swapped. right? Because it depends on if you're freezing, or even still, like you could pay $1.99 and you probably would end up burning it anyway if you're freezing. All right, so I thought that was funny, so we're gonna add that in there. Okay, now we're moving into how to write copy for your sales funnel. So is everyone clear on the customer journey about validating your offer, getting your responses, creating your big offer, setting your pricing based on the transformation that you offer, and then and that's where we're starting with the funnel. Okay, we're starting with the offer. Okay, hope everybody's clear on that. All right, now we're moving into how to write copy for your sales funnel. I get this question a lot, and I will say that writing copy is, it's an art and a science, right? It's easy to say that, but writing copy takes practice. It takes repetition, and really what it takes is you paying attention to what triggers you. So if you happen to see something and you're like, wow, this is really good, like I actually want to click or I actually want to buy, then I want you to just start screenshotting those things and keeping a copy of them and putting them into a swipe file so you can kind of go back to them to get inspiration, not to copy anything, but to get inspiration. Okay? And to put it all together, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the client survey. All right? And this is how you get them to actually click the buy button, by using the words that they gave you. Okay? So now you have your offer and you have the pricing for that big offer. Now it's time to back into the sales funnel and go back up to the next two pieces, which is the free bait and the upsell. And remember, the upsell is optional. Okay. So each piece of the sales funnel depends on the next piece. And that's why I recommend that you test each piece before putting it all together. Number one, because it can get overwhelming to kind of put everything together all at once. And then you're like, you don't even know which piece is not working if something's not working. Okay. So you can actually do that with a live launch, just like I'm doing with this. Okay. A live launch just means that you create each piece and you release each piece. And then at the end, once you realize that it's working, you put it all together. Okay, and that way, if you need to swap out a freebie because it didn't work so well, you can do that. If you need to swap out your upsell, you can do that because you've tested them individually. Okay, so at a high level, you're going to outline the offer. You're going to use the survey responses to create a freebie that's in line with your ultimate offer. And you're going to use the survey responses to create the webinar and sales page. Then you'll figure out where that weak link is, and then you'll, redo anything that needs to be redone. Okay, that's the big picture. Okay, so let's continue talking about writing the copy. All right, outline the offer, use the survey, find the weak link, test, and automate. All right, writing copy is actually easier than you think. So it can be copy and paste directly from the mouth of your ideal client. All right, copy is conversational, not one-sided. Does that make sense? And that's a perfect example. So if you listen to that sentence I just said, copy is conversational, not one-sided. Does that make sense? Me asking you to respond and say yes is the same thing that I can do inside of my copy as I'm writing. Okay, it should flow. Use the AIDA model if you get stuck at any point. I really love this model. I don't remember who the famous copywriter or advertiser is that created it or came up with it or whatnot. But this is not something that I created. Okay. First thing is attention. All right. So you'll say, hey, audience, and you'll call them out specifically. All right. In this ad, I'm not sure if you guys can see, but it says, hey, are you a coach or consultant trying to figure out how to gain clients online? That's my attention. That's, hey, are you a coach or consultant? Okay. Then interest. So this usually comes in the form of a question. Do you want to blank? Or people always ask how I blank. All right, so I have that inside of the first sentence as well. Trying to figure out how to gain clients online. All right, so this first sentence for this specific ad is the attention and the interest. All right, and then for a Facebook ad, I always include the call to action before that 3 little dots. So you know that when you write, several lines, Facebook will like truncate it. So I like to have in the call to action in the first 3 lines, just in case they don't continue to click. So this ad will stand alone. Are you a coach or consultant trying to figure out how to gain clients online? This challenge is for you. Take the challenge here, right? That's essentially an entire ad in and of itself. So I always make sure to include the call to action at the top. So this is specifically for Facebook. It'll be different depending on where you are. Okay. The next thing that you do, so the D, is desire. So this is where the story comes in. This is where you build the desire and you keep it focused on them and what they want. All right. So in this example, I've crafted a 5-day challenge to help you gain more clients online. I continue to build the desire here. These steps that you'll take during the challenge are the exact same steps that I give to my one-on-one and group coaching clients to help them gain clients. Okay, once again, focus on them, gain clients, gain clients. More desire. One client was able to gain 3 new clients before her website even launched. Okay, and then the final piece, the A, is the action. This is when you tell them what to do to get it. You ask for the sale. You say, click here. You say, do this thing. You've got to be specific, okay? If it's something that requires a few steps, sometimes it's helpful to include screenshots or like a video of you doing those steps, okay? You don't want anyone to get lost, okay? And here, the action is want in, and you see how it's still conversational because now they're saying yes. Simply click here and enter your name and email so I can help you. #gain more clients. Take the challenge here. Same call to action as above. I can't wait to see you on the inside, right? And then the video is the exact same text as what's in there. Okay. So this is how you sell your freebie. So now we're going to figure out exactly what your freebie is. All right. So has this been helpful so far? Aw, Chase is going to sleep. That's okay. Hey, Romeo. Oh, Gary Halpert was the one who came up with that. Thank you, dear. Okay. I just feel like if I'm not helping people make money, can I charge them $5,000 if they're living paycheck to paycheck? Okay, great question. All right. So this is when we start talking about specific targeting and who you're going to go after. So if your audience is living paycheck to paycheck, you either have to have a really, really strong offer that you know can help them get out of that cycle, or you can kind of help them hang out with the lower ticket offers until they're ready to invest in your higher ticket offer. But you have to remember, this is called audience segmenting. There's always a way to reach people where they are. Going back to the Delta example, and I will use Delta because that's my favorite airline. Going back to the Delta example, you've got the economy seats, you have the main cabin, and you have first class, right? Everybody is on the same plane going to the same place. They're still getting you from A to B, right? So you're getting the same ultimate outcome. But the economy people, you don't get to choose your seat ahead of time and you get on the plane last. And sometimes you're in the back next to the toilets, right? The main cabin, you're closer to the front. Maybe you've got, a little bit more cushion in your seat and a little bit more leg room. And then the first class or business class, you've got someone that's offering you, drinks and hanging up your coat as soon as you get on, and you get to get on early, right? So 3 different options. Are there people who purchase business class tickets who are living paycheck to paycheck? Abso-freaking-lutely. If they're like, I'm treating myself, it's my birthday, whatever it is, okay? So if that offer is strong enough for them, they're going to invest, all right? All right, let's see. Do market research first, and I can also, exactly. It's true. Everybody wants first class service, no matter what. And that's important to remember. And yes, thank you, Michelle, for reminding me that it's important to, you can't sell from your client's wallet. You don't know what resources they can tap into. And not only that, but you actually might be doing them a disservice by assuming that they don't have resources to tap into. Like, that may be the stretch that they need in order to make this happen. They may need to get out of their comfort zone and get uncomfortable. Okay. All right, let's keep going so we don't end up at 3 hours, because we're still, if I look at the text, we're about 50% of the way there. Good. All right, so this is how you sell your freebie. Okay, even though this is a freebie, you notice that I'm using copy and I'm still selling it. All right, so how do we actually create the best freebie? And I'm going to share with you an example to hopefully demonstrate this a little bit better. Okay, so the first thing, this is step 2. So how to create your freebie. You got to give them dessert. Okay, what's the main thing that they want? What do you want when you go to a restaurant and you go eat? You actually want dessert, right? Everyone, it's like waiting for dessert. Some people don't like sweet things, and that's fine. But for the majority of people, are like, yeah, we're ready for dessert. Okay. This also, I'm going to share with you how to build value without giving everything away. How to know what hook is going to bring them in and build your list at the same time. Okay. So dessert provides a quick win, but it also brings up other questions. So my example is, I can show you how to gain more clients online. This gives them what they want, but ultimately I know what they need. I know that they need to know how to make sales at the price point they want over and over and over again. And really, inside of my training, when I'm sharing with them how to create this system that's going to help them gain clients, I'm actually also teaching them how to actually make sales, how to price right? Because that's how they're going to get the clients that they need. Okay. The problem is that people don't buy what they need. They buy what they want, even with a free thing. So you have to sell it to them. Okay. Now I want to make a note that in this example, this is my professional opinion. Okay. I'm not going to read this entire thing, but the basis of this is someone had asked a question and they said, hey, my list is not responding. And I'm getting responses from them that are saying, hey, your emails help me, but I can't afford what you offer. It's too steep for me. Okay. And her assumption was I attracted the wrong crowd. So I want to use this as an example to share with you, what freebie could you use for someone who believes that they need a new email list because their current email list is not responding. Okay. So my response in this specific case was, I believe you actually need sales training, right? The problem is that people don't buy what they need. They buy what they want. Okay. So how can we offer what this person wants in a freebie, but then still give them what they need? Okay. So in this example, we're going to say that the course is called How to Maximize Your List. All right. That's exactly what she wants. She's saying that her list is bad. Okay. But inside the course, it's actually going to teach her how to sell. Okay. And before you get there, the free item, the dessert, would be about maximizing your list. So, for example, one of the content pieces could be something about choosing a sample of your list to do survey phone calls with, because maybe the list actually is bad. So let's go ahead and survey it first. But here's the secret. Phone calls are actually the easiest way to make a sale. So either after this free thing, they're either going to make a sale and your freebie did what was intended, and then they're excited to continue working with you, or it's still going to do its job because they'll discover that they have a bad list or the wrong offer, and then they'll be ready for the next piece you offer, which is the full course on how to maximize your list. Okay. And inside of your free item, you'll casually make the case for the next step. Now, remember, the free item didn't say, here are 50 different things you can do to maximize your list. It said, here is one thing you can do to maximize your list. This is how you provide value without giving everything away. Okay. Because what happens is A lot of people think that if they give away the most pressing need, then that person won't need them anymore. They'll say, oh, I know how to maximize my list. I just, do some survey phone calls and then I book clients, right? But here's the thing. Your ideal client understands that they can't live on dessert alone, okay? So as long as you know you have more to offer, then you shouldn't worry about giving massively upfront, all right? But before they get there, we're going to make an offer on the thank you page. All right. Now remember, this is optional. Everyone doesn't need to have a low ticket, $7, logical next step. Okay. So this is what I like to call it. I call this the next logical step, or what new problem does success create? A lot of times in the marketing industry, this is called a tripwire. I like to call it something different because I don't want people to think I'm like deliberately putting something out for them to trip over. So I call it a wow. Or a wow on welcome. Okay. Basically it's a casual, hey, would you like help with the next problem? Because the free thing identifies that they have a desire. They downloaded my PDF because they want to maximize their list, right? And they have a desire. But then it opens up a hole. So it's the whole, what if I'm successful question. Okay. Now you can provide a training or swipe files or something that helps them with the next logical step. Okay. So in this previous example, let's say that you did the how to maximize your list, and you had your freebie, which was like, here's one thing you can do to maximize your list. Then the next step, the next logical step is, what problem does success, what if I'm successful, right? What new problem does success create? Well, let's say that now they've maximized their list and they're getting people to respond. Maybe you want to make sure that they have the right offer. So that could be the upsell, like, hey, here are, would you like a swipe file of the offers that sell the best on my list? Okay, that's a perfect example with the specific wording that you can use to get people to respond. All right. And this is a perfect place, like I said, to provide a training or swipe files or whatnot. All right. So your sales funnel only needs 3 pages, or this sales funnel. That's the email capture page, the upsell page, which also has the order form in it, and the order confirmation page. All right. So if you look inside of the resource guide, which I'm going to provide, I'll give you the walkthrough sales funnel and example. All right. So the price point for this is going to be anywhere from $7 to $47. It should still be a no-brainer price and still a massive value offer. So this is your chance to wow your buyers. That's why I like to call it a wow on welcome, because these are the people who are going to become your biggest fans, or they're going to talk about you behind your back. Let's just keep it real, right? So going back to that sales example, like I said, the next logical step might be an email swipe file with proven sales triggers, where once again, you're packaging what they want inside of what they need, which is better sales skills, or what you believe they need. So now you have your freebie, you have your one-time wow offer, and you have your ultimate offer. So how do you link all of these together? And we're moving into the next piece. Yes, I did create this presentation with Prezi. I really like it. It was actually very easy to use. Okay, you're actually, Khalif and Sherry Ann, I'm actually going to provide swipe files inside of the resource guide, which are literally word for word, just like Tila said, word for word emails. And actually, we're about to come to that in just a second, so I won't say anything about that yet. Okay. So here's what we do for emails, all right? I like to use 10 emails total. That's 2 5-day email sequences, okay? This is the simplest place to get started. Later on, as you continue, you can build out, a 20 sequence email or however you want to do it. But getting started, 5 emails, okay? 2 5-day email sequences. One is going to guide them from the freebie into the webinar. And the second set is going to guide them from the webinar to the main offer. Okay, the main offer is either a phone call with you or the sales page so that they can purchase. Okay, in that first 5 emails, you can either choose to keep selling the wow offer, or you can just start selling the webinar. And by selling, I mean talking it up, right? We're always selling as, as marketers, like you're enticing someone to take action at every point. Okay. I found best results using what is called a soap opera sequence. I was introduced to this by Russell Brunson. But there's a lot of other marketers that use it as well. Okay. And basically what it is it's just like a soap opera. It continues to open loops. And when you get this right, your email open rates will skyrocket. I get, anywhere from 37 to 42% open rates on my soap opera sequences. That's like unheard of. Most people are getting, 15, 20% open rates on email. Okay. And this is essentially what you're going to do. Okay. In email 1, you set the stage, you let them know what's coming, and you open the first loop. And you'll notice this in my emails because at the end it'll say something like, this email is getting a little long, so I'll share more with you tomorrow. Or I'm going to tell you exactly what happened in the next email. Okay. Then you've got email 2. You have the high drama. You lead with the moment that's most shocking. That's how you get them to keep reading. Okay. Then you kind of go back and you say, hang on, let me back up a second. And then you start filling in the details and you open the next loop. Okay. The third email is the epiphany. So now in this third email, you close the high drama loop and then you're going to open the next loop. And in this email, you talk about how you or your client finally figured out the missing piece. Okay. It was your aha moment. And then you open the next loop. All right. In email 4, you talk about what else happens. You give, the hidden benefits. So what else is coming their way as a result of getting this wonderful webinar or getting this wonderful phone call or getting that offer with you. Usually what I do here is I share a client story, and less in testimonial fashion and more in case study style fashion. Okay. In email 5, you close it off with a call to action. Okay. And you can expand on this as you like. I mean, you think about soap operas, they go on and on and on. I mean, how long has Days of Our Lives been going on? Like forever. My mom used to watch it when I was young, and that is still going. Okay. So if you'd like to see how I do this and get an email swipe of the 5 emails I use to get calls booked, then this is going to be in the resource guide. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to share the resource guide with you. Okay. And I'll also I'll also share with you the program that allows you to tag and remove people from a sequence after they take an action. Okay. All right. I hope that makes sense. I didn't spend a whole lot of time on the email piece because it's going to be very different based on who your audience is and based on your story. But once you see those email swipes, you'll get a better idea of what the soap opera sequence looks like. And then you'll have the opportunity to create that for yourself. Okay. All right, here we go. So now we're moving into how to increase conversions and make sales. Okay. The more time someone has to get to know you, the easier it is to make the sale. So that's why you hear the 7 touch points rule, which is a potential client needs 6 to 8 touch points before they decide to work with you. The sales funnel, all the sales funnel does is automate those touch points. Okay. Some pieces are more impactful than others, right? Email is great and it helps you strengthen your story and begin that attachment, but it's not necessarily the highest impact. The best way to actually convert sales is with a webinar. Okay, now that can lead to a phone call if you're selling coaching or a high ticket package, or it can lead to a sales page if you're offering a course. Okay, so I want you to go back to the survey and make sure that you're using their actual words to sell your webinar, okay? And use their actual wording to sell the outcome, okay? Now, whether you're, if you're selling to a sales page from the webinar, like if they're just going to a sales page and making a purchase, if it's something that's, $4.97 or whatnot, then I recommend getting the perfect webinar training, okay? And that's I think I included that in the resource guide. And if you're selling to a phone call, the strategy is different. A lot of people don't realize this, and they try to get the perfect webinar training, and they try to get people booked on a phone call, and they're like, you're going to get this, and you're going to get this, and you're going to get that. And it doesn't work. Okay. Because all you're trying to do is get them to take the next step and actually decide on a purchase, and not actually decide on the purchase, then the strategy is different. Okay. This was the entire focus, what we did inside of the Actionista Royal Retreat. So we all sat down and crafted each person's webinar from start to finish. So that was really cool. Okay. So first thing you're thinking, okay, what if I've never hosted a webinar before? I think I went over this again. Okay. If you're selling from a webinar, remember that your price point is going to be anywhere from about $300 to $1,500. You can successfully sell up to $1,500 from a webinar. All right. If you're selling from a phone call, the price point is anywhere from $1,500 plus. Please do not get on the phone to sell a $4.97 product. Okay. Don't get on the phone you shouldn't get on the phone for anything under $1,000. Okay. You should be able to sell something that's $1,000 directly from a sales page. Okay. I included these pictures because this is what we ate at the Actionista Royal Retreat, and I just thought they were gorgeous. I took them myself, so I included them in here. Okay. So that's why that shot is there. But remembering that ultimately the best way to increase your sales and conversions is focus on the outcome. Okay. What's the transformation you're offering? You got to continue to keep that in mind. How does that show up in their life? What are they able to do after working with you? All right. Think about all the tangibles and even the intangibles. Okay. Now this is actually easiest when you're selling on the phone, because you can take notes and then you can only focus on selling what that specific person wants. So for example, in my high ticket coaching programs, I do a sales call bootcamp with each one of my clients. And that's why they're able to get the results that they're getting. Because a funnel is great, but if you can't close the leads, then it's all for nothing. Okay. So if you're going to sell to a phone call, you've got to make sure that you've got your sales, your phone sales on point. Okay. And finally, make sure your call to action is clear every step of the way. This goes even going back to the ad, to the freebie, to the upsell, to the webinar, to, tell them what to do. Click here, reply back, book a call, register now. All right. You always have to just specifically tell them what to do. Okay. What if we don't offer a webinar? Can we just have one 5-day sequence leading to the offer? You can. If you're not doing a webinar, what I would recommend doing is probably extending that 5-day sequence to maybe like a 7-day sequence, and then giving them a deadline, or even doing a 10-day sequence and then giving them a deadline to purchase at the end of the 10 days. And so that way they'll have, a certain number of days to actually make that purchase. Okay. Even after a webinar, the 6 to 8 emails, 5 emails, Kevin, where do you come up with 6 to 8? 5 emails. Yes. Because what's going to happen is, they're going to watch the webinar. They're going to get distracted. The phone's going to ring, something's going to come up. They go on Facebook, and then for some reason they didn't book a call, or they opened your calendar and your calendar wasn't open. Maybe you're out of town next week, or you're taking a month and a half off. Oh, okay. I said 6 to 8 touch points. Okay. 6 to 8 touch points includes the email, the ad, the webinar. Like those are all touch points. Okay. Not necessarily the emails. Okay. And so the reason that you still need the emails after the webinar is because, at any point they can get distracted or something can come up. And not only that, but even if they do book a call, you still want to sell them what you sold them. Like you want them to be excited to get on the call with you, and you want them to be like, I absolutely cannot wait. Okay. I absolutely can't wait to work with you. All right. Okay. So now let's move into how to get more leads into the funnel, because I think this is the most fun part. Okay. Which is, this is the final piece. I say most people try to start with this piece, which is a little disappointing. Okay, this is what I love. I love the numbers. So you can probably hear the smile in my voice. But when you think about it, like advertising and using ads is just like pouring gasoline on a fire. Okay, so if there's no fire burning to start with, then you're just wasting money. I mean, imagine pouring gasoline on a pile of leaves with no spark. Like, it's a waste of money. Okay. So that's why I recommend live launching and then testing each piece. So this is what I look for. Okay. I look for so on the freebie, these are my freebie people. Okay. They're dancing. They're loving the freebie. They clicked on it. They were like, let me check it out. Okay. I look for a 30% or better conversion rate on a freebie. So then a couple people will be like, it's not for me. Okay. But if I can get 3 out of those 10 people that checked it out to sign up, then I'm doing great. All right. So let's assume that, for some reason, those 7 people, they decide, not to opt in. That's fine. All right. And then I want a 2 to 5% conversion rate on the upsell. So that's 2 people. Okay. That's still 2 people out of that. We're starting with the first 10. Okay. We're not doing a percentage of a percentage. So we're still starting with that first. We're doing 2 to 5% conversion rate. 10, 3, make sure my math is right. Did I do this math right? 100 people. Oh, because I did the math differently than I did in the picture. Okay. So not 10 people for the first one, 100 people. Okay. So that 30%, that'll give us 30 people. And then a 2% conversion rate on that first 100 people, that'll give us 2 people. All right. I was supposed to say 100 people, not 10 people, because we can't have 0.2 of a person. All right. One time I actually had an 8% conversion rate on the upsell, and I was actually really excited about that, but that's rare. Okay. Typically out of 100 people that come sign up for your freebie, 30 people will say, you want 30 people to say yes to it. And you want, out of those 100 people, you want 2 people to say, to take that next step if you have the upsell. All right. Then out of those 100 people, I look for a 1 to 2% conversion rate on the webinar into a high ticket offering. All right. So 1 to 2% conversion rate on my high ticket offer. I hope this makes sense. Okay. So that's what you're looking for. You had 100 people here. Okay. You're down to 30. You had 30 people here, but you still are looking for 2 out of that 100. And then you had, 30 people here, but you're still looking for 1 out of that total 100 people that came. Okay. Conversion rate. Okay. So this was the exact system that I taught at the Royal Retreat. And that was fun because, like I said, everyone loves math. So let's do the math. Yay. If you spend about $300 on ads to bring 100 people, right? That means $3 a click. That's relatively expensive. So we're being super conservative here. Okay. On average, 30 people will accept my free offer. 4 are going to take me up on the immediate upsell, and 2 will decide to work with me at about $1,500 each. Okay. So you spent $300, you made $3,000. It's not bad. This example is showing 5 buyers. But if we're being very conservative, let's say 2. Okay. Actually, I think I have a conservative example here. Here's a conservative example. Okay. 1 buyer. All right. This is why high ticket is so powerful. Okay. If your offer is lower ticket, then this model can still work for you. Even if your offer is $97, you just need to find cheaper traffic sources like guest appearances on podcasts, create and launch a YouTube channel, build a Facebook group, etc. Like there's ways around this. Okay. Here's an example. I just grabbed a screenshot from January 1st to March 31st for this year, earlier this year, 2017, when I live launched the Gain More Clients Challenge in the first quarter. Okay. So I spent about $900 on ads. Then I had an immediate upsell that was $17, and I also tested out $27. So that's why you see the two columns here. As you can see, the $17 version sold a lot better, which is why I switched it back to 17. So I made about $290 on the upsell. And then I launched a webinar and sold a course. And I made a little over $6,000 with 6 new clients from that live launch. Okay. So these are the stats from this upsell funnel. And I'm actually going to show you this fully built funnel in just a second. But first, let's see what this would look like going from either Instagram or YouTube. Okay. These are the stats. So we had 482 uniques that came to the page. This is inside the back end of ClickFunnels. 35% opt-in rate, which was great. I was super excited about that. The package and profit training sold. It's saying 13 of those, but the Facebook ads and ClickFunnels weren't speaking to each other very well, so I have the actual numbers. And then this was 21% that grabbed the package and profit training. I'm sorry, 7.26%. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. Yes, based on the original 100. Yes, sorry about that. All right. So here's how it would look on Instagram. This is an example that I did for how to create and launch your profitable course. Okay. So basically I just, what works on Instagram, photos. So I did a photo, but then I had the ad inside of the comments. Said, hey, in 2016, I made $10,000 selling courses. Want to see how I did it? I'm hosting a special live training. Join me and I'll share my 3 secrets. And I had the 3 secrets. Tap the link in my bio to get registered. Okay. You can do this for your freebie also. If you're selling your freebie, tap the link in my bio. At this point for Instagram, my freebie is consistently in my bio. I don't change the link just because that funnel is working well. So there's no reason for me to change that. It's important to remember that social media is just traffic, but you got to use it strategically. Okay. This is an example using it from YouTube. So this is for the exact same program. I did a video talking about how I made 10K selling courses. And then in the description, I said, hey, here's how you get the full training. All right. And that link, this is just a pretty link. And you can just set that up and it forwards directly to the training. Okay. So once again, social media, it's the tool. It will help you fill your funnel. Okay. All right. Are you guys ready for the, for the full funnel? Let me know if you're still with me and if you're ready. How much free content should you put out before starting a funnel? That's a great question. Like I said, once you have the funnel, you'll know what content you should put out. So what I will respond to that is, first thing I would do is I would do this process. Start with your offer, back into your freebie. So I would live launch it with just a freebie and the offer to start. And then I would start testing some upsell stuff in the middle. Remember, I said the upsell is optional. Okay, so I would start with the freebie. Start with your high ticket offer. Figure out what freebie matches into that. Get your survey responses, and then start creating you're getting people into that freebie. Okay, then create live launch with the emails, and then get them into the offer. And as soon as they sign up, ask them, hey, why did you sign up? And you'll continue to get responses that you can use. All right, good. We're ready. All right, let's do it. Okay, I think this is my favorite page inside of here too, because I got all these nice arrows. All right, so first part of the funnel is the ad. And remember, you don't necessarily have to pay for this. I mean, you can just create, this on your Facebook page. Okay, but I did do an ad because I like to directly measure my ROI. All right, I'm not going to read this again because I've already read it. And once again, I'm going to provide the slides inside of the resource guide if you'd like to, take a look at this and dissect it and do whatever you want with it, except for copy it directly. Okay, what's next? When they click the ad, then they go to the landing page. Okay, the landing page has the exact same text as the freebie. Okay, so it has to be congruent. If you go back, right? I'm wearing the exact same thing in each video. And then I say, are you a coach or consultant trying to figure out how to gain clients online? That is in, don't get dizzy. That is exactly in here. Are you a coach or consultant still trying to figure out how to gain clients online? Okay. So that's the next piece. I recommend on a landing page that you ask for as little as possible. Like, I know everybody wants to get, their first name and, their phone number and like all these things, but really just ask for one thing: email address. All you need in order to get started. It's gonna be that much easier. Okay. And then what I do sometimes is like, I'll start getting messenger bot stuff. And then, you're going to have more time with this person to turn them into a client. So you'll eventually get their phone number and, potentially their home address. So you can send them a nice Christmas card or whatever. All right. Next, we're going into, this was the upsell, the one-time upsell for this. Okay. So this page said, I'm setting up your challenge task now, but wait, here's the problem, the new problem that success opens, right? Do you have a high ticket package to sell to your new clients? How to create your high ticket package, even if you've never sold one before. So at this point, they're thinking, oh man, if I take this challenge and I actually get clients, do I have a high ticket package? Maybe I don't. I want to know how to create my high ticket package. And then you make it super irresistible. So here's the package, create packages and profits. This was it was actually a training that I had done on Periscope, and I pulled it down and I packaged it up and I profited, right? So, don't feel like you have to create brand new stuff. Okay. Sometimes you can look to see what you have already that fits. And the series worked really well. Some of you were there live. Okay. I sold that one for $17. Like I said, I tested out a couple different price points. I tested out 17 and 27, and 17 worked really well. All right. This is what happens inside of my email autoresponder. Okay. This is, I use Actionetics, which is inside of ClickFunnels, which is the, Actionetics is available in the larger suite, the Edison suite, but you can do this exact same thing using ConvertKit. I know for 100%. And I think you might be able to do it using MailChimp. I'm not sure. But I recommend ConvertKit when you're just starting out and you don't want to spend $300 for Actionetics, $300 a month. So first thing that I do is I remove them from the general list. So my general list is called Actionistas. So I remove them from the general list, and then here it is. Boom. The 5-day sequence. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, right there. Okay. So they're going to get each of the 5 days. That's going to eventually invite them to the webinar. And then the bonus piece, the webinar is what sells the coaching program. And the bonus piece also sells the coaching program. I think this invite to webinar is just, it adds them to the webinar list or something like that. It's not an actual email. All right. Then we move on to, here's the bonus page. So once they make it through the challenge and they're on, I love this screenshot, by the way, just let me say for a second, because there's a photo of my dad when he was younger hanging out with his friends that looks just like this. So I always thought that it was funny, and screenshots always happen at the best possible time. So anyways, so this is day 6 of the challenge, I believe. So it's a 5-day challenge. So this is day 6. and I send them a bonus video and I say, hey, claim your special offer for participating in this challenge. To make it a compelling offer, I say, hey, if you sign up after taking the challenge, then you're going to get this extra thing. Okay. I have 2 programs that are meant for 2 different types of people. 30 Days of Client Praise is more for my beginners, and it helps them to build their platform and increase their credibility online so that people are actually ready to start buying with them. Okay. And then You've Got Clients, which is a little bit more of an advanced system, and it helps them create an automatic system to get more clients. So I kind of changed this up. I don't recommend that you put 2 offers there. I really would recommend that you have 1 offer. And when I live launched it, I was only offering 30 Days of Client Praise. That's what I was selling. Okay. I think that, Kevin, I think your new landing page looks much better now that you guys had some help with it. So, all right. So where are we on the next piece? Whee! Okay. And then when I invite them to the webinar, they automatically go to the training page. And this page is going to end up changing because we're doing some new copy and things. But the key point that I want to make sure to emphasize is here's where you can go ahead and ask for their first name if you haven't gotten it already. If you do the upsell and they bought the upsell, you're going to have their first name and all of their, their address and all of that because they bought something from you. But now we're at the webinar, and this is a lot more. It's a higher desirable piece. Okay. And you've already gotten their email address. This is where you can ask for their first name. No problem. Okay. The important thing to understand is that you want to make sure that it's still a compelling offer, even though it's a free training. Everybody has a free training nowadays. Okay. So I think this is the one that sells into You've Got Clients, because I don't think I'm offering the webinar for 30 Days of Client Praise anymore. All right. And then after that, they're going to get retargeted with ads. They're going to get emails. Okay. One of the cool things, so moving into tech again, one of the cool things that I like about ClickFunnels is that they offer the ability to share pre-built funnels. So if you want this funnel that I just showed you, which is on this page, which I won't go back to it. Well, maybe I can zoom out. Yay. So if you want this funnel, then I'm going to have the link inside of the resource guide. Okay. And inside the resource guide, I'll also include a few bonus funnels as well. Now, it's not going to have all of my videos and my text and everything, but you'll be able to, you add your little photo, your image there. If you want to add a video, you can do all of that. Okay. If you already have a ClickFunnels account, just click the link in the resource guide and it'll start loading under the tab that says shared funnels. And if you don't already have an account, you can get started with a 14-day free trial and load these into your new account. Then you can play around with it, test it out, see how you like it. And if you'd like to continue on, then totally up to you. Okay. So where are we? Oh man, now it went to start it all up. That started this whole thing over again. Whee! Okay. So once again, let's think big picture, okay? In order to get your funnel together, your funnel to freedom, you got to start with a great offer that your audience actually wants, all right? We survey to get that. We get the wording that they're using. Then you need a freebie or bait to help your audience start their journey, okay? An optional but also great is an upsell to help cover your ad costs, and then an ad to quickly grow your list. Okay. Is the opt-in after the 5-day email sequence. So they opt in. So this is an example of the challenge. So the challenge is a little bit different from a typical 5-day opt-in sequence, because the first 5 emails that they're getting are challenge emails. Okay, so in that case, I would skip that first 5-day email sequence and just do the challenge emails, and then move into webinar, and then the emails that sell, the phone call. Okay, but if you're doing a freebie that is, for example, one that I have, like 7 steps to gain more clients with webinars, then there's no challenge emails that come with those. So then those emails would be your soap opera sequence that would lead them into, your webinar. And then after the webinar, the 5 emails that lead them to the phone call. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay. I hope you're not overwhelmed, but I'm sure, this is a lot. Like, a lot of times, people, they think a sales funnel and they're like, oh, I'm going to just put one up in a weekend. But if you do it right, it's going to take you some time. Okay. And especially, like, even for me, I spent most of 2016 testing pieces of this. And I just started putting everything together. As you notice, that was the first quarter of 2017 that I did the challenge funnel and the upsell funnel that sold so well. But this was me testing a lot of different pieces over time. Okay. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, you're going to have access to this presentation. Rewatch it. Okay. Go back through, figure out your offer, test out each piece as you live launch, and get help. Okay, the purpose of this masterclass was I really wanted to give you everything you need to succeed. It's essentially standalone. You can go through this masterclass over and over again and you can create your funnel. Okay, but sometimes you need help with one specific area. So instead of assuming where you need help, I created a very special offer. So I just wanted to know, is it okay if I take a moment and share this special offer with you? You can do it faster than a year, but yeah, sometimes it does. It takes some time. Sandy says, appreciate your use of Prezi. Yay. Yeah, I love it. It's so much more interesting than just like scrolling through slides. Okay, we're seeing yes, 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 yay. Okay, great. All right, so here we go. I'd like to offer you an exclusive invite into the Creating Coins Mastermind. So here's what you get. You get access to the entire Creating Coins vault. So, for example, do you need help creating your offer? Well, you're going to get access to the Actionista Royal Retreat sessions where I help them create their offer, create their high ticket offer. Okay. If you need help getting high ticket clients, well, I've got 8 steps to 8K, which helps you get confident and actually start making sales. If you need help building your list, the Grow Your List, Grow Your Income Masterclass is also inside of the vault. If you need help making sales, I have how to have a successful sales call inside of the vault as well. Okay. And if you need help creating a course, and several of you have taken this program already, but how to build and launch your profitable course is inside of the Creating Coins vault as well, along with several other programs. Okay. I cover the 4 areas: branding, service, impact, and results. So a couple of examples for branding. It's a little hard to see those, but I go over your high ticket branding, how to design your professional website, how to write copy that converts and sounds like you, and how to tell your story. Okay. For service, I go over how to have a sales conversation anywhere, how to develop high ticket coaching packages, how to structure a sales call, and the email launch sequence that will sell out your offer. Okay. Inside of impact, I go over how to host a joint webinar. That's actually, that's our next training that's coming up soon. Using an online summit to grow your list and influence. That's also coming soon. How to grow your list in your community, and maximizing Facebook and Instagram ads. And then going into results, because this is one of the most important pieces. How do you actually help your clients get results? So I talk about how to conduct high quality coaching sessions, how to draw out results for your clients, getting video testimonials to sell for you, and creating a high value results-based lead magnet or freebie. Okay. You'll also get access to the What's My Starting Point assessment, so you know exactly what program to start with and how to plan out your 12-month journey. I tested this with current Creating Coins students, and they said that it was so helpful in laying out where they need to start and where they need to go next. All right, I'm all about focus and creating a clear path from start to finish. So instead of just like giving you an entire vault of courses, I want to help you figure out where to start. Okay. So that's the What's My Starting Point assessment. Okay. So the key to success, most mastermind programs, they stretch out the path to cash over 12 months. Like their goal is just to fill up 12 months worth of time with stuff. And like, honestly, like who has time to wait that long? This was always what I thought when I, was looking at masterminds. So what I want to do is I want to help you gain more clients in the first 6 weeks or even sooner. And that's why I give you the jump start you need with my top results producing programs. You've got clients at the VIP level and the live to fully booked program at the emerging level. Okay. You're also going to get weekly check-ins inside of the private mastermind group. So you have the opportunity to get paired with an accountability partner. Then every week you'll need to respond and submit these four answers to these 4 simple questions, which is, what sales activity did you do this week? What personal growth activity did you do this week? Is there anything else you have planned? What do you have planned for next week, and anything else you'd like to share? Answering these questions every week is going to help you stay on track. Okay. You're also going to get access to quarterly ongoing trainings and full mastermind sessions. It's important to understand what's not included is information overload. You're not going to receive 50 plus courses for every potential thing you want to launch. My results-based process requires only that you take action to create a lean business operation. Anything else is a distraction. I mean, guys, it's very simple. You create your funnel. You got your freebie. You have potentially your upsell. You have your offer. You sell people all over the phone or via sales page. That's all you need to create a lean business operation. You don't need 50,000 different things. Okay. So when we do our masterclass quarterly, they're going to be planned to answer questions in a laser targeted fashion. Because as you can see, when I cover a topic, like I don't just share the high level. I provide everything you need to succeed, even if it's swipe files, a resource guide, video walkthroughs, whatever. Okay. You're also going to get an opportunity, and this is really, really great, to see behind the scenes of my business and processes. So I really like to share what I do and the why behind it. So for example, I recently launched a new free group, and in the mastermind, I shared what I was doing while it was happening. So I was like, hey, strategy behind my group launch. This is where I'm going to detail day by day what I'm doing, and hopefully it will help you as well. So I don't share this inside of the general Creating Coins community. This is only for the Creating Coins mastermind. All right. So I went through and I added the original pricing of everything, and it came to a total of $4,720. And if you just act now, right? But let's just be honest. With a digital product, you can price it how you want, right? And like we talked about, it's important to price it based on the transformation you offer. So instead of pricing it at, whatever, I wanted to look at it based on the results that students have achieved. Okay. This was a student that I worked with, Shar. She said she hit her revenue goal. She wanted to increase her social media following and hit her first $1,000 month. And she did that. Okay. Another student, I just made my first $100. Okay. Just thought I'd share. Someone else, Candace, I just gained 3 new clients. Okay. I gained 12 new clients. It feels good to get paid to do what I love. And this video we took during the Actionista Royal Retreat, which the trainings are included as well. I hit my first $1,000 month. I can confidently offer my services without being salesy. Okay. I gained 2 high ticket clients, and now I have clarity on what I offer. All right. So these are the results clients have achieved. I just finished Grow Your List, Grow Your Income. She literally took a step-by-step through everything, okay? She definitely goes above and beyond to make sure you succeed. So the thing is, what makes my training so exceptionally good at helping clients get results? I strip away everything that you don't need, and I give you just what you need to be successful, okay? Information does not equal transformation. I can show you more in a 5-minute video than most can in a 60-minute training, okay? Remember, your offer is only as good as the results you help clients achieve, okay? So if all this did was help you finally launch that course you've been thinking of, finally get your list going, finally have access to a community of business owners who are working towards the same goal, it would be priceless. But today you can get started in the Creating Coins Mastermind and get access to everything you saw here for a special pre-launch price of just $47, okay? If you get started today, I'll also give you access to the Lost Files, which includes my 2016 year in review, where I break down how I was able to make $65,000 my first year going full-time with my business, okay? And if you're not sure if the Creating Coins Mastermind is for you, well, this is your free trial. This is exactly how I break down a topic. I make sure you have everything you need to succeed, not only the how and the what, but the why behind it. I actually had planned to offer this as a paid workshop like I've done in the past, and then just put it in the vault with everything else. But right now I'm giving you the opportunity to see behind the scenes, okay? So you can go to creatingcoins.com/go to get started right now. And now I will open up for questions. Awesome. So I hope this has been helpful. We actually did pretty good. That was about a little bit over an hour. If you still have questions over any of these pieces, I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. I know there's a little bit of a delay, so. So let's see. Great training. Awesome. Yay. Kevin says, I lost count of how many stacks Tish Tubman has made me. That's because we got your funnel to freedom working. Good. I'm glad this was helpful. I tried to cover a lot of the questions. So I did this session at FinCon, and I tried to cover a lot of the questions that I had gotten there. And then it was really helpful when you guys did the initial survey. So that's what kind of helped me create all of this. But if you have any other questions, just let me know. And I'm probably going to, I want to schedule a replay because I have this entire funnel built out that I would like to do on Facebook. And I'm a little upset that Facebook wasn't working because it's difficult to kind of go through and see questions and stuff on YouTube. The YouTube Live, I don't like it as much as Facebook Live, but I'm glad we were able to work it out. Awesome. You're welcome. Good. Glad it was helpful. Yes. So this session, so the great thing about this is that this same link will work. So as soon as I stop streaming, YouTube will take some time to encode it, and then it'll be published at the exact same link. Okay. Like I said, I don't necessarily like YouTube Live as much because when you watch the replay, you won't get to see the comments as they come up and see what people were saying, but that's okay. All right. So yes, you will have access to this session. It's going to be up for a limited time. But if you join us in the Creating Coins Mastermind, then when this gets locked in the vault, you'll have it in there as well. And then you'll have access to inside of the Creating Coins Mastermind to ask your questions and things like that. All right. All right. I don't see any other questions. I guess we're going to end it here. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, and I will see you guys in the next one. All right. Have a great night.